questions on the chat too. So, hello YouTube, good morning. Welcome to one more immersion, all right? My name is Leonardo Oliveira, and today I am with Louise Makiyama. Sorry, Louise. And before to start this immersion, I would like to talk about TNT and platform. TNT is a digital platform to practice learning and make network, of course. Uh, this is a good place to uh, practice idioms, all right? We have a lot of idioms, just like English, Spanish, French, Italian, and more recently, Mandarin too. Um, where I starting studying Mandarin too. It's very nice. And this is a safe space to practice, all right? Because I'm not professor, I just host student on acceleration program. I'm gonna not uh I gonna not correction, all right? Louise, and I hope that Louise doesn't correct me too, because this is not a class, is just a one space to practice in, and let's and makes a good conversation and fun conversation. And today we're gonna talk about a polemic a polemic subject, all right? Because recently, federal court from Brazil discriminalized a few part of marijuana, all right? So today, does not crime, does not isn't not is not crime, all right? Part 40 grams in English of marijuana, and using that uh, notice, I decided to bring this subject to discuss about, all right? So let's to uh, let's to talk about marijuana discriminalization. So, before, let me to introduce myself. My name is Leonardo Oliveira. I am 27 years old. I am an economist and master student in economics. I'm from Mato Grosso do Sul, one city is called Naviraí, the interior of the state. Uh, Currently, I have worked in a digital company of accounting, where I developing tax position, right? Or more recently, operation positions. Um, and I uh, presto presto services from Enterpriser too as a freelancer to when I where I help enterprises and enterprises consultants to in our projects, because I am software engineer and backend Python, all right? Focus on data, and I using these skills to as a freelancer, but I like it and I intend to go to this area, and I am this area, right? So what else? I have a virtual store too, as a drop shipping with one friend, some friends, all right. Um, I have one cat, two dogs, and live with my mom. Okay, and that's it. And you, Louise, could you introduce yourself for us, please?
I didn't know that you were on economics. It's nice to know. I am Luis, I'm 27. I live in São Paulo, capital. I'm a technology student. My hobbies are like reading, like running, swimming, climbing, everything that is related with exercising. I live with my boyfriend and a dog. They're not here right now. I guess that's it.
Last, very nice, Louise. And to start, read for us, please, the first question about the subject and answer for us.
Okay. Uh, have you heard about the topic of marijuana discriminalization? Yes, I've heard. It's as you said, it's a polemic topic. I don't know my exact opinion about this, but I think it's a good stuff. It's a good progressive path that we are heading. I don't know, but I think it's kind of tricky because the discriminalization is not exactly about the how can I say when you quando você porta the marijuana. It's only if you plant the plant in your
Mhm.
house and use uh, as a medical thing. But if you are, I don't know, if someone, a dealer, for example, which we know that here in Brazil we have a very political view about the dealers. If someone is walking by on street with marijuana or other drugs, it's still a crime, and I think it is a problem because it doesn't solve all our problems in this topic.
Yeah, this is a polemic question, and I think about that similar as you. I don't know uh, too uh, in details what works the market marijuana. Uh, what I say, what I know, sorry, what I know that marijuana come from Brazil through barriers, Brazil and Paraguay and Bolivia, I believe. Uh, Exists another uh, place in Brazil where marijuana is planted in northwest of Brazil, Pernambuco, Bahia, Ceará, are states that marijuana is planted and is exported to other states from Brazil. And um, yeah, marijuana is crime to commercialize them. Uh, that's what Federal Court of Brazil did was just uh, just discriminalizing a port, all right, a port to use, and I feel quantify, I feel measure, 40 grams. Um, but that let's to take more other points to other questions because that is other questions to discuss more about. For example, the number three, do you know any countries where marijuana is legal? Yes, I know. For Uruguay is legal, right? and United States just to use two countries, United States, some because your political a federal constitutive where states from United States have autonomy to decide politics, all right, specifics to constituting only your state. For example, California, marijuana is legal in to use and commercialization, but in Texas, those are not. But in Uruguay, other how around the country is discriminalized, but the use is every the use is the use no discriminalized marijuana is discriminalized in Uruguay, but totally regularization, right? Someday I watched one documentary about this, where I see in Uruguay marijuana is planted in stated stuffs, all right? Uh, Marijuana is property of the state of Uruguay, um, and the use is just permission in spot shops, all right? From states too. For example, ou seja, marijuana em Uruguai is of the state, all right? Uh, change the monopoly of the mafias to state. And you, what do you think? Do you know other countries where marijuana is discriminalized?
I know that in Amsterdam, in Netherlands, it's a big tourist trade. It's a business. It's very big for the economics because all the tourists are looking for the high quality marijuana that you can access in Amsterdam, for example. I knew about California that it's a big business. People are getting rich. I had a friend that immigrated to California to make his life selling marijuana, selling good marijuana, high quality, not the stuff that
Um,
we have here in Brazil. So it's I know it's a big thing in some countries, but I need the structure of the country depends very much because here in Brazil we cannot have this, but in first like level country, it's a very nice thing. It's a bigger business than I don't know. How can I say agronegócio?
agrobusiness.
Agriculture, agrobusiness. Yes.
If Brazil would discriminalize uh, discriminalize a plant, this is a good a good land, all right? A lot of
Yes.
land to plant. Uh,
Yes. Good weather.
yeah, yeah. Almost nearby of Amazon, for example, where the climate is oh my God, I forgot what to say. Molhado, yet, I don't know, wet,
Uh,
wet.
there has like high humidify levels.
If they use it a scientific, more scientific than me. Uh, yeah, it's so nearby Amazon. Uh, not uh, não à toa, the plant is exist, although being crime. Uh, uh, farmers of marijuana in Brazil. Uh, placed in northwest of the state. Northwest of the state, the level of the my God, Duar is high on the wet, all right, on the water of the water because it's nearby of the ocean, right? And I believe that I believe for this reason the marijuana is planted on the northwest of the state. The agribusiness is uh, a good thing to think to a good stuff to think about because marijuana have a high potential to be a lucrative to get a income a lot. The great the most uh, sector of the economist in income terms is agribusiness. Agribusiness is the most rich, the richest sector of Brazil. And marijuana is a commodity, for example, right?
Yes.
Can be exported in nature or treated as a industrial product. I believe California, for example, have candy, uh, candy, uh,
Skincare
gum,
products.
yeah, skincare products, and other kind of marijuana products industrialized. And I believe marijuana was discriminalized, the cultive and the commercialization uh, will be just another centralization of income, all right?
Yes.
Because um, the great properties, uh, such as latifundiários of Brazil, could be appropriar-se of that market and using to get more money. But just speculation of my part. Uh, would like to read the number four for us and
Yes,
answer.
of course. What do you think are the benefits of discriminalizing marijuana? I think it's just another plant. I uh, actually it's not a crime anymore. So I will say to you and YouTube, I have two plants, two marijuana, two types. I have a purple race and another that I don't know who she is yet, but it's just another plant with leaves and flower and a beautiful scent with the seeds and stuff, and you can see that it's just a plant that it's like um it's it can hurt anybody. So the crime per se, it's not the plant and the drug stuff, but it's selling, it's making money with money with it for in a political point of view, I guess. So the benefits, it's because, as we are saying, in agriculture can have a large potential because we have land that is proper for this plant, weather, good weather, and and it can like generate jobs and for families and people and trade and I don't know. I think I am struggling with the vocabulary around this, but it can be a good stuff because it's just another plant. And it can be used for health benefits, such in autism spectrum, ADHD, PTSD. We have lots of researches and articles saying that marijuana has lots of benefits in mental health too, for mental problems. and even other healthy and disease problems. So it can be benefit a lot, but we need a political structure. We live in a country here in Brazil that we have a view based on necropolitics that it target on people with less money or the color of the skin. So it's a very problem for the dealer, for the person who sell this in a crime view of the political perspective.
Totally, totally. You uh, talk it, everything that I would like to talk. Um, yeah, in general way, does are a benefit of marijuana discriminalization. Um, specific in health, there is two ways, health, individual level and a public level, all right? Individual level are uh, just like you said, uh, disagree, following hurt of chronic chronic diseases, just like cancer, just like um, uh, Parkinson, all right, Parkinson disease and other diseases, but that is a public level too, because marijuana, drugs in general way are a public stuff. Uh, for example, the traffic of drugs um, is a challenging to police security of Brazil to sold out uh, because have many people love it to following love to many drugs, cocaine, crack, alcohol, uh, can pressure the system legal of health from Brazil. That is SUS. And SUS is pressured, all right? And I feel in my skin and my father too. Uh, the because the reason that I say to you, my father came to a public system care of Brazil and uh, does not a space to a quarto, all right, a room to treat it the level that we necessitava. So to have a good public 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 policy to drugs and stuff uh, could be help us to decreasing of the necessary of the SUS, for example, because those are not and to have a how could I say vaga in English?
I don't know, a space, I don't know, vaga.
Yeah, one vaga to other diseases, all right? For other diseases, other problems. Um, do are you from São Paulo, right?
Yes, yes, I am.
São Paulo, that is, São Paulo have Cracolands. in Cracoland is a public problem
Yes, I
to
live nearby Cracolingia.
so you know more about me this subject. So Cracoland is it does uh, although a public healthcare is a security problem too. The people from Cracoland doesn't appears of nothing and out there and oh, we have another problem. No, what was a few aos poucos, all right?
Yeah.
And the public policy didn't hadn't care, had a matter, and the problem increasing. Anyway, uh, have this criminalization of marijuana can help us to, as a benefit for us, help us uh, to to retirar of the people on the hubs, the hub, no, the hubs, I believe, and favelas, I don't know, to buy drugs, all right, and to drugs in a discriminalized stuff on the store, and the dealer do we solved out one problem that I'm using for induction. I use, for example, I use in marijuana. I to I from I go to HUD to buy my marijuana, and conforme o tempo for passando, because the dealer have another drugs, and I can use other drugs. I started to use cocaine, for example, and the problem increasing, all right? Grow. To retire the marijuana of the hubs, we can solve out this problem, for example. Yeah.
Yes, because it's always in a perspective, in a point of, it depends of the point of view. Because, for example, I live here in República. It's a neighborhood here in São Paulo. We can see lots of homeless people, and even the Cracolândia, which is nearby, or Santa Efigênia, or Bom Retiro, which have lots of homeless people. So we can see that it's a problem for the GSM or the cops, for example. They are always like treating these people in a very bad way. And in my first college course was in Belas Artes, which is a paid college here in São Paulo for rich people. And I had like lots of friends, very rich friends, like rich in a way that you can't imagine, like millionaire kind of thing. So, and these people were the most drugged and stoned people that I ever know in my life, more than these homeless people here in my neighborhood. And if we think of how cops or even the politics treat these people, it's very different for from the homeless people here. So if you are like in Belas Artes, smoking pot, for example, the cop will came to you and say, "Oh, take off," or "Oh, just stop doing pot or stop doing coke." Here, they beat the people on the street, homeless people, just for like existing, just for even the mere like supposition possibility that this person is dealing with drugs or something. It's not like a fact. You can't see if this person is using crack or marijuana or anything like that. But my colleagues in college were using all these bad things, even like buying here in República, and I never saw this treatment, this chaos and bad treatment for these people, for these rich and white people. So it depends on the perspective, because it's not a crime to use drugs. It's a crime when you are poor and you have a certain look and you are using drugs. It depends of who you are and how much money you have and who is your father though. Like it's like a prejudice. I think it's the word, like a misperception of the reality.
Mhm. Yeah, I agree with you. I'm trying to, I was trying to talk uh, as a public problem, all right, as a public side, but uh, on the reality of Brazil, of the social class, that is okay. Let's go. Drugs in Brazil is just um, criminalized from one part of the society, right?
Yes.
To other part is never discriminalized. The high society ever had they use the how of drugs uh, and history, I believe. A colonial on the a many century late on the Italy um, songs of the court using one drugs came from China. What your name? I don't know. I forgot. Opium. Okay. Marx talked about of opium and how long the history the high society using drugs and doesn't nothing happened with judgment, for example, never happened, nunca aconteceu. But to other parts of the society, using drugs is seen as a great problem, okay? As seen to ladrões, ó, os noias, vai roubar, né, furtar uma coisa de uma casa. Anyway, and so it's just um, a pressured vision, okay? Because to solve out this problem is to keep control to how sides the side of the rich and the poor. And the rich is the great problem because the great sealers are uh, rich, have a lot of money, are rich, all right, uh, and the great dealers are split on the high society, are on the politics, are on the television's business. Anyway, it's difficult. It's difficult. One
Yes, it
part of
is.
one
It's
part of my
tragic, by the way.
tragedy is tragic. Is the great problem of the Latin American. Doesn't lot to talk about, but to sold out on the reality is few to do. So I would like to ask to you to choose one question to answer uh, at free float.
Let me see. Number nine, how do you feel about other countries that have discriminal? I'm struggling with this word. Decriminalized marijuana. Um, ah, I think it's like a progressive way of dealing with this. Like, for example, as we are saying about Amsterdam, it's a big tourism market, and you can access the high quality of the benefits that this plant can offer you. You can access the, like we are saying before, the health benefits. So I feel kind of angry, actually, because we have a great healthy structure here in Brazil, like you were saying about SUS, even though it doesn't work very well for uh, everyone, but it's great because it's free, and it's we are talking about like a public politics, so says it is a public politic, and I think it's working very well in a way. You can have free medicine, free treatment. It doesn't depend who you are. You can access just being a Brazilian or even a foreigner here in Brazil. So I think it's great. It has a large potential of growth, and it can benefit society in a way that we can't even imagine. So imagine if we have the access and the view, like if people can understand how marijuana can benefit mental disease, like we're saying before, it would be like great, not for tourism, but for the society, for our country. It can move trade marketing. I can't even imagine. I think it would be great. So I feel kind of angry because we don't have the political structure like these other countries to have this, but we have a large potential. Also, I would like to visit like Canada or Amsterdam to buy like facial cream with hemp or try like coffee with marijuana just for fun. But I think it's like we can't learn very much with this with these countries. We can just by seeing, just by understanding, just by reading about what the people are saying, where the people are looking for, because it's progressive and it's very good to society too.
So yeah. Uh, in my mind, I believe we could uh, liberalization totally. For example, marijuana to everyone would like to use, okay, to sell or to sell to buy anyway, smoke or eat. Uh, I don't know if to say injeta, if anyway. Um, for what reason? For example, uh, alcohol, sugar and um, trans, I don't know to say trans calorics. The are things that can what things pleasures, all right? But everyone knows that you consume a lot of sugar, you can prejudice your body, your health, all right? Marijuana as the same. But that is exist pressure, uh, preconceito about that, a social stigma, but we would have discriminalized marijuana to everyone would like to use um, use, but knowing that you can pressure your health too. All right, you can pressure your cognitive able. Um, uh, the precoce use too is prejudice to developing of your brain, can put high potential to developing one schizophrenia, depending of your system, your personal system of your body. Um, but okay, you would like to use, okay, knowing as the risk, okay, to everyone on their life. I believe is necessary because this is not uh, this just not happened because because the project, because the preconceito. Uh, Without the preconceito, uh, the free people choose, okay, the drugs as uh, de maneira festiva lá, esqueci o nome, recreativa, recreative use, on the side of the health, okay, to treat diseases. Uh, I believe that is exist in Brazil. You can bring marijuana ex imported, okay, if you have medical permission. But
Yes,
anyway,
it needs to be used in an intelligent way, not in a pleasure way. Because bad marijuana, like here we have like access to bad marijuana, like it mixed with all kinds of gross things you can imagine. But this can affect your health as in more in details that you were saying. But the just because we have like low quality marijuana, we have access of in like minimal scale, but in major countries that have access to high quality marijuana, it doesn't affect very much in mental like schizophrenia or anxiety. It's the opposite because it helps to treat this effects. I don't know. I can be wrong too, because I am an enthusiastic in marijuana.
you are.
Yes, I am, because I have anxiety. I was recommended by a doctor marijuana drops once, but it was very expensive because it was imported. But it helps me a lot with anxiety. I have ADHD too, and I was using like in a medical way, in a legal medical way. But it's so expensive because it's imported.
Mhm.
We don't have this product here, but it helps me a lot. And I saw in other people that which were using this medical thing too. It's good for you. It can be good for you if you use this in a controlled and intelligent way, not just for fun and pleasure.
Ah, just for fun and knowing the risk, okay.
Yes, it's nice too.
Yeah, on the yeah. No, think about the on the heaven, okay, uh, the horizon uh, that we would like to have, the imaginary world, for example.
We have lots of culpability too, because we know that it's illegal and it's not seen, it's not good. People don't like if you say that you use this, even if it's medical. We have lots of culpability in this. It's more moral than healthy assumptions.
Yeah, there is a moral side too about this. Because to have one drug to able to affect mental 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 capacity, uh, just like alcohol can affect your nervous system central, but does not affect, but uh, alterar, I don't know to say, your conscious state for this reason, né?
Yes.
Uh, on the Bible, for example, there are a lot of passage where a God of people, uh, persons persons blessed for God, drink it, was drunk, okay, but is not approved for God. But drink a wine, for example, is permissions and inclusive use it in parties, okay, in a festive days. Uh, I believe that marijuana was innovated or used it for um, a religion process or religion cult. This is the same, for example,
Yeah.
using, but you use it, you can use marijuana, but not stone, but not stay stoned, all right?
If it was blessed, people should be using.
Good fun. Yeah, our time almost over. I would like to thank you, Louise. Um, I stop transmission, okay,
Yes.
on the YouTube. Bye bye, YouTube. Thank you so much.